this is like one of the main things that guys always, I'm usually always coaching guys on how to get their girl back, or even just how to change the dynamics in the relationship. And what you got to understand, and I know this sounds counterproductive, and a lot of guys aren't gonna like this response, but the best way to get your girl back is to not want her back, or is to behave as if you don't want her back. And I know it's counterproductive, because if you behave in a certain way long enough, you actually become that way, right? It's like vice versa. If the mind leads, the body will follow. If the body leads, then the mind eventually will follow, right? It goes with, like, you go to the gym and you strengthen your muscles, and the more you go, the more disciplined you become, the stronger your body gets, the stronger your mind gets. There's a direct correlation with mind and body. So usually when you do that long enough, you usually start to get over her. Or the guys who change the dynamics in their relationship, they usually say, by taking coaching for months, they usually, at the end of the day, they're like, I don't fucking need, honestly, I could do without this bitch. If she left today, I could give a fuck, right? And usually that's the end result. But the main reason for this is when you show strength and you show that you can walk away from this relationship and you don't need her, that shows attraction. That shows attraction, especially if she really cared from you. Now, one of the guy's biggest issue is, what if I never talk to her again? What if she doesn't speak to me ever again? She'll break. She'll come back eventually. But the main way for you to show attraction is to don't talk to her. And you have to be patient. You have to be calm. You can't react. And I know one of the biggest things is when a girl leaves a guy, the first thing, they're like panicking, or even after a while, even if they don't panic at first, they'll probably break after 2 weeks and a half or a week, because they miss them, they want them. And I get it, that's natural, but the way to get her back is to not contact her. That's the way to get her back. And I know it's hard, but you can't be relationship focused, because and usually the mistake that guys make when they want their girl back, when they leave them, usually they chase. Or if they don't chase, they come and apologize and they try to fix things. But because you're fixing things, you're more relationship focused. And usually when you're more relationship focused than she is, it usually turns them off. So you put yourself in a lose-lose situation. It goes back to the negative and the positive. It's like magnets. If you're more positive, she has to be more negative, right? And if you're more positive, she has to be more negative. Meaning, if you're more positive and more positively focusing on that relationship, then she's going to be negative, right? And it goes back to that most fundamental thing of saying, all right, whoever cares least in a relationship has the most power. So when you start to say, okay, well, I care less, I could give a fuck, this person's going to show more care. Now, you don't necessarily have to say that, but you can demonstrate it with your actions. But if you're trying to get this girl back, and you're trying to say, oh, I want you back, I need you back, I love you, let's fix things, hey, I miss you, then she's going to say, okay, especially if she loves you, but, then it's like, all right, well, she gets back with you. Now she's going to be putting less effort, and now you think that you have to make things up and get back to her. But the only real way is to just let it be, give space, and don't chase. And I know it sounds counterproductive, but that's the only way to really get her back. Now, to make extra measures, when she does come back, don't make it easy, of course. So when she comes back and texts you and you haven't spoken to her for a month, 3 months, 2 months, whatever it is, 3 weeks, a week, don't respond right away. The longer it's been, the least faster you respond. If it's been a month, give it 2 days or a day. If it's been 2 months, give it 3 days to a week. If it's been a week, don't respond for the first day. And then inquire and be like, oh, hey, I'm curious. What's up? Question mark, question mark, question mark. Surprised to hear from you. Like, why are you contacting me type shit, And then even more, while you're not talking to this person, to take it to a new level, have fun. Show that you're having fun. Show that you're not concerned with this person. Show that you're not going to chase this person. Show that you're going to do everything that a single person would, and show that you're not affected. Because you're showing you're not affected, this person's more than likely going to come back. And in the trap that you set up, because it's like you're so concerned about chasing her, but with women, usually there are ulterior motives, right? Usually when women leave, they usually, depending on the situation, because every situation is different, but in a lot of cases, women usually initiate breakups, but they usually have someone else. They usually have planned out the breakup. They already have someone waiting. So you never know the exact reason why, which is why you should never chase, because you try to go and chase and try to talk to her and she's already fucking the next dude, so you never really know, which is why I say, when I coach guys, I try to give them a little comfort in telling them, yeah, listen, we can get her back, and there's things that we can do, but ultimately, if you can't afford coaching, the best thing for you to do is no contact. And when I say no contact, there's no talking to her. There's no looking at her stories. There's no texting her. There's no looking at her friends' stories. There's nothing. You pretend that girl left Earth and she went to a whole nother planet, and there's absolutely no way for you to contact her. So since there's absolutely no way for you to contact her, it's no need even trying. And you showing your strength, she will eventually give in. Even if she's getting the same exact advice from myself or from someone else who's giving them the same similar advice, it just becomes a big game of chicken. And because of course they care, depending on how you broke up, she could be genuinely fed up with you. But the only way, still, even more of a reason why you don't contact her, because even if she's getting the same advice, then it just comes down to who's going to break first. That's all it comes down to. And you don't want to be that person. Now, if you didn't have a severe breakup, if you didn't have a super bad breakup and things aren't making sense, well, then, hey, that's how, you shouldn't be too worried. She should come back accordingly. But, guys, one of the best ways to get your girl back is, don't contact her. Live your life. Post things on your story, depending on your in particular situation. And this is it. This is one of the main ingredients for getting away with cheating. Now, there's a little more to it. I would advise you to go watch that video. It's a very long video, but yeah, ultimately, and that's how you do it. And even more, if you want to add fuel to the fire, post yourself with other girls. Start posting another girl on your Instagram. Simple. You'll get her back. You got to trust the process, though. The only reason guys fail because they don't trust the process. They don't take these simple directions, and they don't have faith. And they get too worried, too panicky, and they start getting feminine and showing anxious and panicky behavior. Don't let that person be you. And that's how you get her back, ultimately.